Out of the dozens of exciting, interesting, and complex characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, none resonate with me as much as an insecure raccoon with a gun fetish and a chip on his shoulder. Man, is that a sentence. Rocket is made complex and compelling through many different means in these movies, but today I want to discuss a less obvious reason why I believe that this fictional space critter is so realistically written. Hi, I'm Cole, welcome to Critical Rants, and today we'll be exploring how James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy utilizes comedy to explore the character of Rocket Raccoon. When we're first introduced to Rocket, he's describing the Xandarian population in a less than flattering way.
Xandarians, what a bunch of losers. All of them in a big hurry to get from something stupid to nothing at all. Pathetic.
This is all well and good, but it's the following moment of the sequence that I think is the most effective.
What is this thing? Look how it thinks it's so cool. It's not cool to get help. Walk by yourself, you little gargoyle.
It's not cool to get help. It's a pretty funny line in context, but it might as well be Rocket's thesis in this movie, his ideology on life. When the Guardians visit Nowhere, Rocket drunkenly yells that,
"You just want to laugh at me like everyone else!"
Rocket, you're drunk, all right? No one's laughing at you.
He thinks I'm some stupid thing. He does.
Rocket immediately assumes that people will think the worst of him, likely because most people in his life have. Because of this, he has armored himself in his independence, on his ability to get by on his own. It's why Rocket is so quick to point out his personal achievements.
A weapon of my own design.
This seemingly throwaway joke at the beginning of the film demonstrates Rocket's values. The comedy here is used not purely to entertain, but to explore Rocket's character, while also setting up several significant payoffs later in the movie. There's another moment like this in Guardians of the Galaxy, one that reveals information about Rocket's identity while also appearing to be nothing more than an ordinary joke. It's this.
Oh, what the hell? I don't got that long a lifespan anyway. Now I'm standing. You all happy? We're all standing up now. Bunch of jackasses standing in a circle.
It's easy to write off this moment as being purely comedic. In the MCU, it often feels that jokes are written into the movies simply to have jokes in the movies, and it's very often that these jokes are used to undercut the dramatic tension of a scene. That's certainly what's happening here, but I think there's more going on under the surface than it might initially appear. In this scene, Peter Quill urges the group to stop the villain, Ronan, from slaughtering billions of innocents, even though the group might have to die to accomplish this. It's the first time in the film that Quill becomes significantly emotionally vulnerable, something that he and the rest of the Guardians have been struggling with the entire movie. In response, Gamora references her troubled past, Drax briefly opens up about his dead family, Groot says, "I am Groot," and Rocket makes a joke. Rocket agrees to help the group like the rest of the characters do, but he immediately excuses this more noble behavior by saying that he doesn't have that long of a lifespan anyway, as if it's not that big of a deal that he's willing to die for a cause greater than himself. And rather than reveal anything meaningful about himself to the rest of the group like Peter, Gamora, and Drax did, Rocket then tells another joke about how they're all standing up like a
bunch of jackasses.
Rocket's true nature is proven here, not just by his decision to save Xandar, but by his decision to remain emotionally closed off. This isn't a group of people that he fully trusts yet, that he feels comfortable being fully seen by, because he's been constantly ridiculed for his identity and appearance his entire life. Despite the bonds that have been growing between the Guardians throughout the story, Rocket remains reluctant to open himself up to these people, for fear of being hurt and rejected by them. He eventually comes around on this at the end of the movie when he allows Drax to comfort him after Groot's death, and only then is his arc in this film completed. What I appreciate about Rocket in Guardians Volume 1 is that his character progression is shown to us through more subtle means. Rocket's introduction in Guardians of the Galaxy shows him being selfish, wanting to bring in Quill for his bounty not because Quill is a dangerous criminal, but because Rocket wants to get rich. Yet by the end of the movie, he learns to act selflessly. He's willing to lay down his life for the lives of strangers. Remember when Rocket called the Xandarians a bunch of losers? Well, he ends up doing this.
Everybody shoot them before they hit the ground!
So yes, it's funny to watch Bradley Cooper call an innocent baby a little gargoyle for holding someone's hand, but wait. Holding someone's hand. At the start of the movie, Rocket makes fun of a baby for holding someone's hand, but by the end of the movie, James Gunn, you absolute madman. After the release of Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the writers of the film, Nicole Perlman, revealed that Rocket wasn't always included in the story. There was a little bit of a fear that Rocket would come across as cartoonish because he's a raccoon, so the first few drafts didn't have Rocket. Of course, Rocket was eventually incorporated into the film, and I would say that he's the furthest thing from cartoonish. Okay, maybe not the furthest thing, but it's the realism in the writing and the attention to detail that make this talking raccoon feel so grounded and, well, real. I know people in real life like Rocket Raccoon, people who share his flaws and insecurities. In fact, I'm one of those people. If I had $1 for every time I could have been vulnerable in front of friends or family, but I instead chose to tell a joke or laugh it off so I wouldn't feel uncomfortable or exposed, I'd be able to buy out Stark Industries. Hell, I did this exact thing at the start of this video when I avoided elaborating on why I relate to this genetically modified, emotionally stunted, anthropomorphic trash panda. The fact that I can say that with complete sincerity is nothing short of a miracle. After watching Guardians of the Galaxy more than a few times, I can say with confidence that a large part of that success is owed to these smaller moments, to the jokes that the writers decided could be more than jokes, the ones that reveal Rocket's flaws and provide opportunities for his character growth. This is particularly refreshing in today's movie market, where so many films, and superhero films especially, tend to view comedy as nothing more than a means of earning a cheap laugh or maintaining the audience's attention. But comedy, like its surly older brother tragedy, is a means of dramatic storytelling in its own right, and I'm pleased to say that Guardians of the Galaxy utilizes this to great effect. Without it, we may never have witnessed an alien raccoon that feels so human. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and feedback on the video down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, a like and a share would be greatly appreciated. As for the future of this channel, there's a lot more superhero related content on the way, from the MCU to Batman to Doom Patrol. I'm also working on several Game of Thrones videos, one of which is a pitch for a spin-off series that I'm really excited about, and there's a very special Dark Souls video in the works as well, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of that. You can stay updated on all things Critical Rants by following me on Twitter at critical_rants, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and it goes without saying that Bradley Cooper's performance as Rocket is spectacular. He conveys so much emotion through his voice, and almost effortlessly brings all the nuance present in the script to life. What's most impressive, however, is that he does all of this in a 3-foot raccoon suit, but Bradley Cooper is 6'1". How he acts in this suit, or even fits in this suit, is beyond me, but his body language conveys enormous meaning and emotion either way. It blows my mind that this guy hasn't won an Emmy for this role yet. God, that's such a dumb joke. But I'm still putting it in the video.